Welcome and good afternoon. I'm Patrick Sheridan and I'm the Sheridan High School principal. And I would like to welcome you to the commencement exercise for this class of 2024. The class of 2024 marks the 116th class to graduate from Sheridan High School. Before we begin, will you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Today, while we celebrate these amazing young people, I would like to ask you to please take this time to silence your cell phones. Also, a reminder, you are welcome to come down to the track to take pictures, but please be mindful of those around you and head back up to your seat when you are done. Thank you. There are several people I would like to thank for making this graduation possible. I would like to thank our custodial staff for their work in preparing this facility for today's ceremony. I would like to thank the custodian. I would also like to thank our SHS office staff, Beck Hazel and Luz Garcia, for preparing the graduation programs and the awards. I would like to say thank you to staff, parents, family, and community members for their continued support of our many activities throughout the course of this school year. So now, let's begin our graduation ceremony. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce the Sheridan School Board District Board of Directors. Please stand when I call your name. Mr. Michael Griffith, Vice Chairperson. Mr. Larry Diable, Director, Position 2. Mrs. Samantha Bagby, Chairperson, Position 3. Ms. Ruby Ramirez, Director, Position 4. And Mr. Scott Burke, Director, Position 5. Unfortunately, our superintendent, Dr. Vickery, could not be here this afternoon due to a last-minute illness. I want to thank all of you, our school board members, to your service to our students and our community. In addition, we'd like to welcome anyone else who serves in an elected position in Yamhill County. Is there anyone here who serves in an elected position in Yamhill County? Don't see anyone, but thank you for your service. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce our salutatorian of the class of 2024, Zoe Kennedy.
Dear fellow graduates, esteemed faculty, proud parents, and honored guests, today is a bittersweet end to such a beautiful chapter in our lives. We all stand here today with anticipation for what the future may bring. And as we look ahead towards goals, careers, and dreams, it's important to remember that it's not always the destination that we need to appreciate. It's the journey and the company that came alongside. To every teacher who graded our late work, to every custodian who cleaned up after our mess, to every administration who sent us home when we got ourselves into trouble, your efforts did not go unnoticed. One of the biggest blessings has been your love being poured into our lives. To Mr. Tripp for teaching me music, how to race, and how to be a leader. To Holsty for always being on top of everything and being one of the kindest teachers. To Swinehart for your endless teasing. It's how I know you care. To Brock for teaching me a ton about traveling and just how to solve a math problem. To Schrader for always having an encouraging word. Even if I didn't mention you specifically, every single staff member here has touched me in one way or another. Thank you for all you do. It means the world. To my father, whom I have looked up to since I was a little girl, when I grow up, I want to be you because you have always been there to show me it doesn't matter what you do or who you become to the world, it's about the posture of your heart and why you're doing it. Through that, your love for Jesus has poured into my life and everyone around you. To my mother, who is my greatest support system, I read in a book that one of the greatest gifts you can give someone is believing in them. My mother has really shown me what this looks like. She has believed in me when I've had trouble believing in myself. My mom is patient, creative, passionate, and truly one of the greatest people I know. To my brother, who keeps me humble but encourages me in whatever I'm doing, I have been blessed to not only a brother but a friend I've grown up alongside. To my honorary sister, Katie Kylo, I have always prayed for a friend like Katie, someone who you can do anything with and you know will be worthwhile just because they are alongside you. You will not meet anyone more driven than Katie. I've watched her balance so much, and I'm amazed at the person she has become and is becoming. Thank you, Katie. You have been more than just a close friend. You have shown me what having a sister would be like. Finally, to my fellow graduates, you have been more than just classmates, and I will always have gratitude in my heart for getting to do this with you guys. To Irma, for always showing up a little late but still coming. To Cameron, for his kind affirmations and avid. To Juan, for never failing to make a joke. Or to Abby Hornsby, for always being willing to help out. Congratulations to all of us for getting this far. Okay.
Thank you, Zoe. As you can tell, we're going to be battling the wind a little bit today. Next, I'd like to welcome our 2024 Associated Student Body President, Carlitos Juarez Castillo.
Fellow Sparts, we have all spent the last 4 years either dreaming or dreading this day. We've had a bit of a rough start to high school, given that we all had to start while in a pandemic and doing online school, but the transition back to school was not easy. This class is strong minded and resilient, so while we may be small in numbers, we never stop trying to make it here, even with everything we went through. Zoom class after Zoom class, assignment after assignment, every class project, every group discussion, every notebook we filled, every textbook we read, every essay. All of these were steps to get us standing where we are today. No matter how frustrating or time consuming or how ridiculous you may have thought these things were, they are a big part of who we will all grow to become and make us the best of who we can be. Thanks to the many supporters, both in and outside of this school, whether it's parents, siblings, school teachers, school administrators, close friends, or even just mutual friends. We could not have done it without all of the support of the people around us. The relationships we have built over the years will matter down the road, whether you know it or not. The advice you've been given or provided to someone will mean something someday, whether you know it already or not. Spartans, never stop believing in the things you can do and always strive for happiness. Thank you.
Now we're going to hear from our first valedictorian. We have two co-valedictorians this year. First to speak will be Lily Gerke.
Oh, and there that goes. Hi. Hi. I'm glad to see everyone here today. Thank you, parents and peers, for coming to graduation, and thank you, teachers, for showing up, even though you kind of have to be here. Um, and I want to thank everyone for the opportunity to stand here today. Giving a speech like this is kind of an honor. There are so many things that I could say that I'm sure have been said countless times before, but that doesn't mean it isn't important. I want to thank all the teachers. You spend
I can be louder. I want to thank the teachers. You spend countless hours a day teaching kids who may not want to be here, who are unmotivated, and you help them. You do your best to guide them. Thank you for teaching us, for teaching my class, and thank you for teaching me. And I want to thank the office and janitorial staff. You're great people, and you keep the school running. Without you, we wouldn't be here today. I want to thank the parents who showed up, who supported us when we needed it most, and who were there for us throughout the past 4 years. For many of my classmates, freshman year was rough. The pandemic in full swing, remote learning, and the loneliness that came with isolation. But we made it. Despite that, we got here. We're here today to say one last goodbye to this chapter in our lives, to this school, to this year, and to this moment. This year has been unforgettable. The fun we've had, the hardships we faced, but we really did it. We're graduating, but I can't help but be a little sad. There are so many memories here in Sheridan, good and bad, and I'm gonna miss them. There are some incredible people here, from the teachers to my fellow students. We as a class are moving on from this chapter in our lives, going to bigger and better things, whether it be college, trade school, the military, or really any path we may wish to take. It's scary moving on, and it's scary not knowing what's next. But that doesn't mean it can't be exciting too. We don't know the future, and that can be intimidating. And I know that I'm very intimidated by the simple fact that I don't know. Despite not knowing what's going to happen next, we shouldn't cower away or live stagnant. The future comes for everyone, and as terrifying as that is, it's a good thing. We as a class learn to adapt, and I know that my class will continue to adapt and thrive in whatever we do. So my class, the class of 2024, I hope that no matter what, you can enjoy your life to the fullest, find your passion. So as the Dead Poet Society says, seize the day and make your lives extraordinary. And don't forget to have fun along the way. So as we finish up, throw our caps and say goodbye. I wish you all the best. You'll be awesome. Thank you.
And now I'd like to welcome our last student speaker, co-valedictorian, Katie Kylo.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all for coming. There's not much that I can say that would pay homage to everything that has occurred over my high school career. So this speech is going to be short and sweet. I want to start by thanking everyone who has been a part of my journey here. To all the teachers who have provided me with funny stories to tell, such as Mrs. Butt, Mr. Swinehart, and Mr. Brock. And to all the teachers and staff who have provided me with endless guidance as I have worked to be graduating today, including, but not limited to, Mr. Schrader, Mrs. Holsey, and Mrs. Hazel. I want to especially reach out to all of you staff and teachers that have continued to work, if not for me, then for everyone else. It is an amazing gift to be able to have that patience that so many of you hold, and something that does not go unnoticed. The staff are not the only people that have guided me throughout these last 3 years. My family has been with me through everything and pushed me to be better and stronger, and I wouldn't be the person I am today without them. My dad has stood by my side and has been my constant confidant. I remember times when I would come home from school or my sports, so stressed, thinking that all I had to do was talk to my dad and he would make everything better. He would listen to me when I was being irrational and tell me so. I would not have had the confidence to stand up here and give this speech, much less graduate early, without him pushing me and being a light guiding me. Also to my mother for encouraging me and always making me laugh with her stories. Along with this, I know without my brothers and sisters, I would be a lost cause. You won't find anyone closer than the Kylo siblings. Someone I consider to be my sibling, because she has always been there as a confidant and my best friend, is Zoe Kennedy. We've had late nights just talking when we should be doing homework, and early morning coffee runs. Being around her has proven to me that you can be kind-hearted and a leader. I would not have survived high school without her by my side. And to anyone I did not address in this speech, I know you are there, and I recognize and appreciate everything you have done for me. To conclude, I want to congratulate this class. I may have only been here for 3 years, but all of these people were welcoming, and I can't imagine graduating with any other group. All of us hold the power to do great things in our future, and I can't wait to see where this next stage in our lives takes us. To the class of 2024, may we always remember where we started, no matter how far we go.
At this time, the Sheridan High School Symphonic Choir, under the direction of Mr. Derek Tripp, Sheridan High School Music Director, will perform Rise Up, words and music by Cassandra Beatty and Jennifer DeSilvio, arranged by Mac Huff. Ladies and gentlemen, and the class of 2024, it is now an honor and a pleasure to introduce your chosen commencement speaker, Mr. Jeff Swinehart.
Want you to know I got my timing device here, usually called a cell phone. I just recently come into the recent century and started using a cell phone, so hopefully I'll remember to look at the time. Uh, what a terrific group of young people that you folks have an opportunity to honor today. I'd like to take a second though and have these guys stay seated and have the parents, grandparents, if you can stand and be recognized. Parents, grandparents, will you stand, please? Now's your time, guys, to clap for them. Aunts, uncles. Listen, guys, if you have to take the blame when your kids sometimes don't do the right thing, it's awful good to be at an occasion like this where you can honor your children for doing the right thing, for doing good things. And if we have to take the blame for things, we should be able to. And hopefully today you'll recognize that you'll take the credit for being there to support them. I'm so proud of these young people, the 2024 graduates, friends, family members. Before I get too far, guys, into my remarks, I'd like to take some time to mention June the 6th. I know today's not June the 6th, but as a history teacher, June the 6th played an important part of my life. We celebrate D-Day and the achievements that freedom-seeking soldiers made that day, landing on the beaches of Normandy. So recently, I had an opportunity to listen to Mike Parker, who some of you know. He's the voice of Beavers. He's the voice of the Beaver baseball team. Anyway, I wish I had a voice like Mike Parker. I wish I had the knowledge that Mike Parker did. But he was doing a radio interview. And in that radio interview, the first question out of the mouth, even though they were there to talk about the upcoming baseball game, first question is what did you think about June 6, 1944? And he hesitated for a second and he said, I'm very glad you asked me that question. He wasn't expecting it, but he said, I took the time to honor my father, who was I think he was in the third wave that landed on Omaha Beach that day. And he went on to say something that I hope I always remember is he said, as a kid, he grew up somewhere in California, close to the beach. We would go to the coast and my dad would go to the coast. But he would never get in the water. And then Mr. Parker paused for a second and he said, I suspect that water, which brought a lot of enjoyment for us, the beach that brought a lot of enjoyment for us, meaning kids, had a totally different meaning for him. And I hope that we take the time to remember the sacrifice of others, particularly the class of 2024. I hope they remember the sacrifice that people who have gone before and their parents and family have made in their behalf. Sometimes we have a tendency in our world today to think everything is about us. And it's a challenge to overcome that. And I have a great deal of faith that these young people who we're here to honor today can do that. Now, it's my responsibility to say a few words to congratulate these people, the young people who will soon receive their diplomas. But first, before they receive that diploma, I'm required to give a speech to what's that? Already did? All right. Well, I'm going to continue. I have to tell you another story. I looked at my clock and I remembered, first thing I remembered is years ago, I took my sons with me to a political rally. And one of the sons didn't really want to be there at all. And the guy who was speaking took his watch off and laid it on the stand. And one of the littlest boys says, "Well, what does that mean?" And my older boy, who didn't want to be there, said, "Absolutely nothing." So it's my hope that I will keep this brief so that you folks can enjoy your family. Uh, so, by way of counsel, I see my job today as kind of giving some counsel and some advice, um, and then to give out gifts, verbal gifts to some of the graduates. Unfortunately, I couldn't remember all of them and don't have a gift for everyone, but hopefully, I have for a significant amount of them, a gift for a significant amount of them. Uh, the first part of advice, though, I'd like to give is to play catch. And most of you are going, "What in the world does that mean, play catch?" Last week, I was having a bit of a struggle. I was feeling angry, feeling down, and for whatever reason, I had a dream that night. And in that dream, my dad and I were out in the yard tossing baseball back and forth, and it just brought me a lot of peace. And so I would counsel the young people and us older people, take some time to play catch. I know Dad always we play catch, and then Dad would have serious conversation about mostly about what I needed to do to shape up and fly right, as he would say. Another story comes from my grandmother. One time we went, and my brother and I went with them for whatever reason. We were shopping, and there were some football helmets available to purchase. And I put on a Baltimore Colts helmet. Johnny, I always picture myself as Johnny Unitas. And my brother, he put on a Philadelphia Eagles helmet. The problem came when he went to take his off, it got stuck. And we couldn't take it off no matter how much we pulled on the ear holes. We couldn't get it wide enough to where it slid off his head. Eventually, we did that, and then we were a little put out because our grandparents wouldn't let us purchase the football helmets. We really wanted them. We thought we needed them, and my grandmother sat down with me after we got home, and she sat down with me and she said, "Now, when it comes to purchasing things, buying things in your life, young people, comes to buying things," she said, "always ask yourself, do I really need it?" And she said, more times than not, the answer will be save your money. And if you knew my grandparents, they saved every dime they ever made. I used to accuse them of not liking to have fun, but they always took great care of their family and friends and people, all people around them. Um, Another bit of financial advice came from for this one came from my dad, and I was probably in my mid 30s, worried about just not having any money, making ends meet and having no money, nothing. Couldn't do anything fun, and complaining to my dad, who had been through, I'm sure had been through it all before. Uh, and he took a second. He says, "Listen," he says, "you'll never have any money until the kids start leaving home. Uh, until then," he said, "stay out of debt, pay your bills, work hard, and good things will happen." And I've come to admire that. One last story from my dad. Uh, I wish you could know him. Him and my grandfather were special individuals, and I was fortunate to be raised by good parents and fortunate to be raised around good grandparents. And so I hope that as parents and grandparents, you don't underestimate the influence you can have for good in this world. Anyway, bases are loaded. I'm playing JV baseball. I'm 2 outs. I'm up to bat, and I struck out, and I walked back to the dugout, and just kind of slightly tossed my helmet, as disgusted people sometimes do. And then I cussed under my breath, but it was loud enough for my dad, who was in the stands, to be able to hear that. And he looked at me, and he just went like this, and he waved his finger at me to come talk to him. So I had to walk over. I thought, oh, I'm in trouble now. And he looked at me and he said, you see that young lady over there on the bench? And that young lady was my coach's daughter, my girlfriend, and the scorekeeper. He said, you need to apologize to her. For what? For your foul language. And you got to remember, my dad was grew up in the coal regions, drove truck, farmed. And so I heard my dad cuss a number of times. I started to argue with him, and he just cleared his throat. And he said, but we don't do that in front of women and small children. And so I had to go over and I had to apologize to this young lady. And she was nice about it, but she had, as teenage girls tend to do, she kind of giggled about it and how funny it was. But I remember those lessons. It's important to remember the lessons. I think I'm just going to skip the Nick Saban story. And I'm going to go right to gifts to the graduates. So, first off, to Carlitos, remember, you got this. And I hope you always find your wallet. To Lily Gerke, one more counseling session with Mrs. Butt. To Juan, and you got to know how much this really pains me, Juan, but one more mythical, or just one mythical championship for the University of Oregon football team. I leave that as a gift to you. So yeah, stands for 0. So to Abigail and Irma, because they were always together. One more opportunity to hear Mr. Swinehart sing The Gambler. May you always know when to fold them, when to hold them, and know when to walk away, and know when to run. Don't count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. You don't want to hear me sing that, trust me. To Lily and Eleanor, keep those flags of discontent flying. Remember to question the man, but please stop correcting Mr. Swinehart. To Siobhan, may the force always be with you. To Faith Lee Jones, the assassin, one more gossip session with Mrs. Holste. And to Nayeli, the gift of peace, which someone with a heart as big as hers richly deserves. And Zoe and Katie, stay good, be good, and always remember to do good. Finally, I'd like to thank them, and I guess thank you for listening to me, but thanks for the privilege of teaching these fine young people. I consider it to be one of my greatest blessings in life. And so again, I say thank you very much and hope you have a wonderful day.
I got to clean up the notebook. This is really important. Jeff, thanks a lot. You've left us all with a lot to think about. I know I'll be pondering it late into the evening. Appreciate your efforts very much. All right, so before we begin the presentation of our award plaques and our trophies that are behind me, I would like to recognize and thank our Sheridan High School faculty for their hard work and their preparation of these awards, which were presented at awards night as well as graduation. Our Secretary of Student Services, Mrs. Beck Hazel, and Mrs. Julia Holsty, our Aspire coordinator. Throughout the years, many local scholarships and awards have been established to help local students achieve their dreams of going on to a post-secondary education and to recognize students for their outstanding achievements. I would like to direct your attention to the insert in your program. It lists the awards and scholarships our students received at our June 5th, 2024 Senior Awards Night. In addition to those listed awards, this small but mighty senior class has been offered or have earned over $200,000 in college scholarships and grants. As well, and we were able to update this just this morning, this year's seniors have also earned a total of 80 college credits during their high school careers, the majority of which were from Schmecketa Community College. Students in the senior class have applied to 23 colleges and universities all across the nation, including 19 to Schmecketa, 8 to Oregon State University and Western Oregon University, and 4 to the University of Oregon. This year, our seniors are wearing many colored cords and stoles. I would like to recognize those students who are high school completers in the following programs. When you please hear the color of your cord or your stole called, stand. Four-year music students are wearing pink cords. Go ahead and have a seat. FFA program completers are wearing blue cords and gold stoles. Agriculture, career tech education completers are wearing burgundy cords. Business, career tech education completers are wearing green cords. Visual arts, career tech education completers are wearing tricolor cords. Avid seniors are wearing white Avid stoles. National Honor Society members are wearing white NHS stoles. Honor Roll students are wearing gold cords. In addition to these, officers for both the senior class and the associated student body are wearing gold stoles. And finally, the Red Cross gave red cords to students who successfully completed organizing our blood drives this year. At this time, I would like to welcome up Dave Johnson, our Dean of Students. He and I will present the final 2024 Senior Awards. The Craig Pro Larry Samples Award is given to recognize the years of service and dedication that Craig Pro and Larry Samples gave to Sheridan School District. The recipient should demonstrate good citizenship, friendliness, sense of humor, service to community, and willingness to come to the aid of the disadvantaged. This year's recipient is Irma Ayala. Congratulations, Irma. Yep.
All right, next up, the Callie B. Hyder Cup. The the Kelly B. Hyder Cup is to be given to a young woman in the senior class who shows excellence in character, scholarship, and leadership. In addition to these requirements, the senior girl must have attended Sheridan High School for at least 3 years. The 2024 recipient of the Kelly B. Hyder Cup is Abigail Matlock. All right.
Oh, okay.
You got to hold the cup. You'll be up again. Don't tell anybody.
The Ruth Field Award is given to a student chosen by the faculty. Points that are considered in making this choice are leadership and scholarship. The 2024 recipient of the Ruth Field Award is Zoe Kennedy.
All right, Zoe. Up next, the Allison Fry Cup. The Allison Fry Cup is to be presented to the young man who has been outstanding in character and citizenship at Sheridan High School. Such a young man will not fail his community as well as his school. This year's recipient of the Allison Fry Cup is Cameron Bullard. Come on up, Cameron.
The Andy Sisk Memorial Plaque is presented to a boy or girl who participated in athletics and promotes good citizenship. This award is made in memory of Andy Sisk, a sophomore at Sheridan High School, in the year of his death. This year's recipient is Juan Navarro Diaz de Leon.
You want to do it? I can do it. And just do both of them. Up next, the Donnie Cody Music Award. The Donnie Cody Award is chosen by the music director and is awarded based on the following points: musicianship, citizenship, scholarship, leadership, 4 ships, and a contribution to music as an art in the education field after high school. The 2024 recipient of the Donnie Cody Music Award is Eleanor Stritzke. Come on up, Eleanor. It just blew.
I'll find it.
There it is right there.
The Outstanding Female Athlete Award is given in memory of Heidi Pugh, an excellent athlete who died way too young. This award is presented to a senior girl who participated in athletics, plans to attend college, and who exemplifies a true competitive spirit. In 2024, recipient is Heidi of the Heidi Pugh Award is Katie Kylo.
I know. So you did Katie. Up next, the Mike Otley Award. The Mike Otley Memorial Scholarship is a $100 award given to a male athlete. The recipient exemplifies the qualities and characteristics of sportsmanship, citizenship, and a competitive spirit throughout their high school career. The student must have a commitment to continue his education after high school. The 2024 recipient is one of my athletes, Hayden Nally. Come on up, Hayden. Congratulations. Well, we have to take a picture. Yeah.
The Russell E. McCollister Scholarship is awarded to a graduating senior who intends to pursue a post-secondary education either at a vocational or collegiate institution. The recipient shall exemplify friendliness, have a great sense of humor, and a need for extending their career goals. This $100 award is presented by the family in memory of the late Russell E. McCollister, a former superintendent of Sheridan School District. The recipient of this year's award is Carlitos Juarez. Vern Lochner was a graduate from Sheridan High School who lost his life in Vietnam. Each year, the group of men that served with him sponsor a scholarship in his memory. There is no application for students to complete. It is up to the staff to select one or more recipients. We typically choose 2 students to each receive a $2,500 scholarship. This year, the recipients of the Vern Lochner Award are Cameron Bullard and Jennifer Griffith.
All right. Thanks. Last but not least, the Spartan of the Year Award. The Sheridan High School staff selected the Spartan of the Year. The award recipient is honored for being an outstanding example for their fellow classmates and for their dedication to the programs here at Sheridan High School. The 2024 Spartan of the Year Award goes to Abigail Matlock. Come on up, Abigail. Told you were coming back. See you, kid. You bet. I'm done.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Congratulations, those recipients. Well, ladies and gentlemen, It's that time where I'd like to present to you the class of 2024. These students, as I announce them, have completed the credits necessary to earn the Oregon High School diploma. Mr. Griffith, could you please join me on the stage, please? First row. Yep. Irma Flores Ayala. Irma is one of 14 graduating seniors who qualify for the Oregon Promise. She will continue working at Starbucks while attending Spectrum Advanced Aesthetics Trade School to become a licensed esthetician. In the future, she plans to start her own business practicing aesthetics. Trinity Elizabeth Blacketer. Trinity applied for the Oregon Promise and the Tribal Grant. After graduation, Trinity will attend Lassen Community College in Susanville, California, where she will study to become an occupational therapist. Cameron Scott Bullard. Cameron earned the Oregon Promise, which can be used to attend a community college in Oregon. He is enlisting in the United States Navy and it plans to attend the Naval Academy Prep School. Thank you for your service, Cameron. Nayeli Castillo Farias. After graduation, Nayeli plans to continue to use her artistic skills to become an animator. She's still deciding which formal institution she wants to attend for her formal training. Alonzo Cervantes. Alonzo plans to attend Chemeketa Community College for 2 years before transferring to a university to further pursue his academic and career goals. David Gareth Gibo. David plans to attend Chemeketa Community College using the Oregon Promise, where he will study law enforcement. After earning his criminal justice degree, he plans to become a police officer. Lily Ann Gerke. Lily qualified for the Oregon Promise and has earned the Chemeketa Scholars Award. She intends to go to college after graduation, but to date has not declared a school. Jennifer Lynn Griffith. Jennifer plans to attend Chemeketa Community College for 2 years using the Oregon Promise before transferring to a university. Jacob Ray Haslin. Jacob's post-graduation plans include taking his unicycle skills and comedic talents to the next level at the Barnum and Bailey Clown College. Well, he will study to become a professional clown. Abigail Renee Hornsby. Abigail was awarded the Sam Junior Evers Award at the FFA banquet on May 31st for being an outstanding student of integrity who is honest and hardworking. After graduation, Abigail plans to attend Lynn Benton Community College, studying agricultural education and FFA advising. Faith Lee Jones. Faith wants to enter the workforce for a year before joining Job Corps, where she will study either carpentry or the culinary arts. Sean Matthew Jones. Sean is another senior who qualified for the Oregon Promise. Sean's plans after graduation include going to trade school and starting a career in construction. Carlitos Leo Juarez Castillo. As the blood drive program leader, Carlitos earned a $500 scholarship from the Red Cross. After graduation, Carlos will continue working at McMinnville Cinema while using the Oregon Promise to attend Chemeketa Community College to pursue an associate's degree. Zoe Noel Kennedy. Zoe plans to attend Chemeketa Community College for 2 years using the Oregon Promise and Chemeketa Scholars Award to cover tuition. After earning her associate's degree, she plans to attend Grand Canyon University to earn her bachelor's degree. Katie Marie Kylo. Katie has been offered nearly $100,000 in scholarship funds, including the Oregon Promise. Katie has chosen to attend the University of Oregon to attain her bachelor's degree in psychology. Morgan Lee Ledette. Morgan is choosing to serve his country by joining the Marine Corps after graduation. Thank you for your service, Morgan. Abigail Batista Matlack. Abigail is the first in her family to go to university. She has been awarded nearly $57,000 in scholarships and grants, including the Oregon Promise and the Chemeketa Scholars Award. After graduation, she will be attending Pacific University in Forest Grove, where she will major in elementary education. Hayden Chase Nally. After graduation, Hayden plans to utilize the Oregon Promise to go to trade school to become a welder. Juan Navarro Diaz de Leon. Juan will utilize the Oregon Promise to attend Chemeketa Community College for 2 years before transferring to a university, where he will study architectural engineering. Alexander O'Reilly. After graduation, Alex is going to enter the workforce. He didn't specify what kind of work he'll be doing, but he knows that any job he gets will be a good one and that he will appreciate it. Nolan May Schuler. Nolan plans to start working after graduating and will continue saving up so they can pay for tattoo school. Their ambition is to become a tattoo artist like their Aunt Jessie. Eleanor Rose Stritsky. Eleanor will use the Oregon Promise and her Chemeketa Scholars Award to attend Chemeketa Community College while working to save money for the future. She plans to work towards a degree that focuses on agriculture and music. Aaliyah Rose Wagner. After graduation, Aaliyah plans to enroll at Concord Career College in Portland, where she will study to become a medical assistant. Leah Camille Warner. After graduation, Leah plans to take a gap year to explore, grow, and gain new experiences. During this time, she will figure out what she is truly passionate about before diving into that next chapter of her life. Siobhan Ellis Fidel. Siobhan loves fine arts, costume design, and writing. After graduation, Siobhan hopes to use her many talents to begin her career as an artist. We started with A and we end with Z, just like when we did this in kindergarten. Vincent Luke Zambell. I said that wrong, didn't I? This fall, Vincent will attend Schenectady Community College using the Oregon Promise before transferring to Oregon State University, where he will earn his degree in veterinary science. I mentioned this the other evening at the awards night, but I'd like to mention it again. This class of 2024 is a resilient group of young students. They started their high school career as freshmen in their bedrooms, in their kitchen tables, maybe on the couch. Someone even said that they were in their closet just to get peace and quiet. But these are our students who started their freshman year with distance learning and the COVID pandemic happening in full swing. They persevered through all of that as we rejoined each other in the classroom, built a great community, and made it here today. So for me, congratulations, class of 2024. All right, the last tassel has been turned by Mrs. Holste. The T's have been crossed. The I's have been dotted. Friends, family, and guests of Sheridan High School, it is my honor to present to you the graduated class of 2024. I invite all of you to come down and join your graduate on the field for photos. I would like to thank everyone for being here. And again, thanks to all the staff, Mr. Tripp and the choir and the band, custodians, school board members, and all of you. Thank you very much. Seven minutes over.